Hello and welcome to today's Sheerlux Middle East podcast. I'm Tamara Jabi, Sheerlux Middle East's editor-in-chief, and I'm joined today by two incredible, beautiful, brilliant female entrepreneurs who happen to be my friends, Aleena Khan and Nisa Tiwana, and they're here to share their journey with us.
Yay!
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thanks
so
for
happy to have
having
you.
us.
Especially since we all know each other, it's so much more fun.
I know.
I
This
can't
is
wait.
like more like a casual conversation than anything else. It's like
Exactly.
living room vibes, except now we're in this amazing hotel, the Lana, Dorchester. Have you guys been here before?
I've seen so many people post it, but I haven't been since my first time.
I've never been.
Okay, so it's just recently opened, but it is incredible. The view from the pool, next level.
I want to do a
pretty.
staycation here for sure.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
Let's do
pretty.
it.
You both have businesses. You're both incredible. You guys are both Dubai girls. Tell us a bit about your journey, Nisa. We can start with you, your upbringing, who you are. Give us a little info.
So basically, I'm a Dubai-based girl. I grew up here in Dubai. I'm Pakistani. You can call me Abu Dhabi Dubai girl because my parents were in and out of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And
Nice.
yeah, I'm a fashion entrepreneur now.
I love it.
I started my career in fashion when I was 21. I started with Grazia Middle East. I was an intern.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was
Amazing.
my first internship, first step into the fashion world.
Yeah.
And I was blogging as well at the time, fashion blogging. Like
And back
full
then,
on.
I mean, that was what, 10 years
yeah.
ago?
Yeah, like writing blogs.
Oh, wow.
And
What
that's how I
OG.
got into fashion. I was like so interested in the whole thing. Like, so Grazia internship opened a lot of doors for me. I started going to events, started meeting people. At the time, we were a very small group of people, like very few bloggers, if you say. And then we just started from there, and I got to meet so many amazing people. And since then, I just started my page on Instagram because everything turned into an Instagram thing from the website or the blog.
Did you have a name for your blog back in the day?
It was on my name, Nisa Tiwana.
Yeah.
But before that, it was something really funny, and I completely forgot what it was.
Oh my
It's not like an embarrassing
Like
MSN name or
Nis.
something.
It was something like Nis or something.
I
Like,
love it. Cute.
you know, like,
I mean, that's better than my email. I had my Hotmail email was groovy_chick.
Wow, that's cute.
So
Mine
I
was
mean,
I love Beyonce.
no, it was not. I love Beyonce.
And my grandfather thought Beyonce was a boy, so he was like, "Who's Beyonce?"
Oh my God,
I was
that
like,
is
"It's a singer,
hilarious.
don't
That's
worry."
so
like,
cute. Mine was really funny. I don't remember. It was like Nis something.
Yeah, like
.com.
you're cool.
Like I'm so
XOXO,
cool.
it's
and I
Nis.
talked about fashion and like parties.
But I mean, that's amazing because that was more than 10 years ago, and now, you've built such an amazing fashion career since then.
But it wasn't all like, it wasn't easy at all. It's like so hard. The competition now is so hard.
Yeah, versus
A
when
few
you
years
started.
ago. Yeah, but it was like very small, so everyone helped each other. It was cute. Now it's like more international, more global, which is really, was so good for us. But it takes time. It takes a lot of hard work, obviously. People
Yeah, I
think
can
it's
imagine.
easy watching other people's Instagrams. And I'm not a mega influencer, or like, I don't call myself an influencer. I call myself a content creator because I work with few brands here. I like to stay in the industry because I love fashion. I like to work with brands that I believe in.
Yeah, amazing.
So yeah.
We'll get into that. I really want to know more about, what it's like being an entrepreneur in the region and competition, etc. But Aleena, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes. So I was born in LA. I'm ethnically Pakistani. Moved to Dubai when I was 10 years old, and I just love that we're both Pakistani
both
and we're on this
Pakistani.
podcast.
Yeah.
Because Nisa and I were just talking about it with our other Pakistani friend Ahmad, that I really want to see more Pakistani creative spotlighted in Dubai. Or
And
spotlit.
together, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, honestly, because there's so many cool Pakistanis doing cool things, and I just feel like not that many people get that exposure.
yeah.
So it makes me proud to say we're Pakistani.
It's
and
amazing.
I love that we both are. And yeah, I moved to Dubai when I was 10, then went back to LA for university. I went to USC. I studied business and film, so I always thought I wanted to be in entertainment, and literally had like all those like film and TV internships. I was like driving a golf cart around set, like that whole life, like really thought I was going to be in that world. I even interned for Kim Kardashian, which is like a random fun
didn't know
fact.
that?
Oh, we did
that I
definitely
never,
not
yeah,
know
because
that.
you never know how people will take it. Like either it's like, why would you ever, or that's so smart because she's like the biggest business
I mean,
person.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was interesting. We literally worked out of her house. It lasted like 2 months. And
When
then-
was that?
This was in college,
my
last semester of college.
God.
I feel like I tried it all. And very
didn't know
LA,
that.
very entertainment.
How did you even get that internship?
exactly. It's so hard.
Because so I interned at the Cannes Film Festival before that. I was Miss Intern, like way more than school. I loved the real world. I loved jobs,
But that's really
internships.
cool. I feel like you get exposed to so many different
Yeah,
things, right?
it's just more of like the real world. I wasn't inspired by class, honestly. I was more like, what am I gonna do next? Like, I don't
I
know.
feel like it's more useful.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my friend that I met at Cannes, he actually got the Kim gig but he had already signed another internship. So he was like, "You're Miss Intern. I thought of you. Like, do you want to take this instead of me?"
So cool.
So I just went for an interview, but it ended up being where they're like, "Yeah, you start tomorrow. Here's a house address." I was like, "What the hell? Like, this is so crazy."
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I ended up working at Snapchat. That was my first job in the content team
That's so
in
cool.
LA. And then did that for a bit. It was really, really cool. And then started my own brand with my sisters. So yeah, we have a beauty makeup brand called CTZN Cosmetics. Such a family business, and we're really passionate about it. It's been 5 years now, so.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to dive into both of your businesses. Can you tell us a bit about CTZN, how you started, what brought you into beauty? Because you were studying something else, so how did you pivot into that?
Exactly. So at Snapchat, I was doing content. So it was all about short form storytelling. And we literally were that team. If you guys remember live stories on Snapchat, like every time there was an award show, concert, we were the team sitting behind a computer seeing all the submissions, and we chose like which ones made it live or not. My sister is a certified makeup artist. And then our third sister is like much more organized than us. Like she'd be really good at operations. So we felt like with all three different backgrounds, we would just make a really good team. So since Nasiha had a makeup certification, she always wanted to do something in beauty. But we thought about it a lot. We're like, we're not just going to be another beauty brand. As you guys know, there's so many. And every day there's like a new one. So we really thought what's lacking was authentic inclusion. And not just inclusion like that buzzword. Like I really am someone that takes that really seriously. But to me, inclusivity is, are you actually making an effort to understand the wants and needs of different communities? Or are you assuming that's what they want? Are you creating without asking them? Are you testing on them? So yeah, we just wanted to be that brand that genuinely, from fair to medium to deep, is taking you into consideration. And also on the product side, it's not just foundations and concealers that need a big range. It's so many things, like nude lipstick, which is why we started with that.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are we assuming that only like face products need that range? Everything needs that range because of our undertones. So yeah, we've just been like really excited building CTZN.
It's amazing. And you work with your sisters, so you all, like you said, cater to different things and that the business needs.
Exactly.
How did you go about deciding on the name, deciding on, launching this brand? When did you launch the brand?
The name was so hard. So it launched in 2019.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 years. The name was so hard. My dad's so funny because he was like involved when we were setting it up. Anytime we would have a good name idea, he just bought the URL. So I swear to God.
That is so nice.
We own 50 URLs. Like, I don't know why. He even bought like Aleena.com, like this.com. So I was like, okay. But we basically wanted a name that represented culture, like inclusivity in a way that's not obvious or cheesy. So we thought about like, okay, travel, like airports, like ethnicity, and like the word citizen was about like citizen of the world. So we were like, what about this word? Because it is kind of encompassing like being third culture kids, being from different parts of the world. Like it's a word that everyone knows. Yeah. But it was interesting, Citizen, the watch company, actually trademarked the word citizen. So that forced us to actually spell it without the vowels, which ended up being such a blessing because it's so much cooler.
It is.
But I don't know why we were even going to spell it as a full word, but now it's spelled CTZN.
Love it.
And that was all because of a trademark issue, but I'm happy that happened.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. CTZN, but you say it's Citizens. Well.
Exactly, we say CTZN Cosmetics. And
so cool.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
You gave us a little bit of background on how you started, but how did you now venture out into this new world, which just launched? I want you to tell us how this happened.
So my story is actually really like simple. It started very simple. I started wearing blazers. I made my own blazers. There's a huge market gap I feel in the Middle East. It's very hard to find a good blazer. High street.
But they don't even last that long.
They're also very polyester.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
because of the weather here, I don't like to wear polyester. I like to wear something like cotton. It like long lasting. It doesn't smell in the humidity and stuff. Like there's a huge market. Even now, if you ask someone, not a good blazer is available in the market. You have to actually order like online and stuff. So I thought there was a huge market gap, but I wore it for myself. I made it for myself, and I kept going to events and making sure everyone saw it. I wasn't ready to sell or make it for anyone else, but my friends were like, where do you wear your blazers from? We want to, like people used to see me in a blazer.
Yeah, you're always in a blazer.
I'm always in a blazer. Yeah. It's like my little like trademark or whatever. So I started making for a few people. Like I have a few clients in Saudi and Dubai, and they loved it, and I got feedback from them, and it's been a year. Then a lot of my friends said, we want to get it, we want to buy from you, we want to support you, please start the brand. And I was hearing from everywhere, like start your brand. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I started working on it. It takes a lot of effort. It's such a hassle opening your brand. I'm sure
it's
Aleena
not
knows.
only glamorous and cool.
It's not glamour. It's a lot of work, from little things like material, what kind of material works, pattern. Obviously, they're like very structured blazers. You need a really good tailor. You need a good pattern system. You need to explain to the tailor how to make it, because it's not, otherwise it's going to look like a normal blazer. I need padded. I need like a big, strong look. My blazers are all oversized. I don't make slim ones yet. I want to go to that, but like I want to keep my...
You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly.
Sherlock.
I want to keep it oversized. I want to give them like something that's not available here. So I started doing it. I started with black classic blazers, the one that I'm wearing right now. Then I went into stripes. I went into sets. I do pants and blazers. But sets, I feel like a blazer, I should stick to blazers for now, because people love the idea of blazer with jeans. My blazers...
So versatile.
Yeah, now I'm going to advertise my blazers now. My blazers are 100% cotton. They're not polyester. Fabric's all Italian. You can wear it at night, during the day, with jeans, with like, it's like a party outfit as well. You can wear it over it. You can wear it in Dubai weather. You're not gonna feel like hot.
Oh, we need that.
Yeah, it's very like comfortable.
Anything that's breathable, I'm
It
like,
is
sign
so
me up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up to
That's the
anything
word.
breathable.
It's breathable.
Yeah, there we go.
Go.
There's your tagline, girl.
I'm stealing that. And when it doesn't crinkle very easily. Little things like this.
So convenient, yeah.
People, little things like this, like it makes a lot of difference. And because I've been wearing my own blazers for 2 years and doing research, people call me I'm very lazy to start my own brand, but I was doing research.
I don't think that's lazy at all.
I was just
you
doing
get to
research.
try a bunch of blazers.
Exactly. I was doing research and I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to start.
So what's it like being a business owner, especially in Dubai? I mean, you both grew up here, so you both understand the market really well. You know the region really well. But what's it like being a business owner? Because a lot of people, you know, aspire to be a business owner, but what's it really like to be a business owner?
I think what people don't think is that it's actually a lot of emails and Zoom calls. It's actually not like the cool trips all the time and like visiting our lab in Italy. Like that obviously happens, but a lot of it is back end work. And for us, we also work with people in the States and here in the region. So often my life was Zoom calls at night. And same, I know that you've experienced that too, Tamara. Like we were talking about that. But I think that's the real part, that it just is not fun and it's super stressful. But what makes it all worth it is only if you know what's different about your brand. And I know that sounds typical, but for example, like I just started a panel concept for CTZN called Beauty Meets Culture, because I really felt that, okay, there's so many events in Dubai. Everyone's doing the really cool parties with the cool DJs. There's no point in just doing another copy paste of the same things that are already out there. So what can CTZN do that feels memorable and is a little different? So then we thought like meaningful dialogues, getting different people that aren't the same people invited every time to be on, you know, other platforms. So I just think the fun part is you have an option of giving other people a chance and doing things in your own signature way. But yeah, the not so fun part is the back end work. It's just not, it's admin.
Admin is the death of me. Oh my God, it's like, but it's necessary to run the business, right?
Exactly.
So necessary.
You need both sides for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How about you? What do you think about
So
running a business?
I just started, but I've been working on it for a year now. I'm doing a bit of everything, so it's very hard to like focus on your brand, but my sister helps me a lot. My mother helps me a lot. So
Amazing.
it's
I love that you
also
guys
Shout out family.
Shout out to family.
Shout out sisters, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And they help a lot, like for deliveries and like admin work.
amazing.
And I have like a few assistants here that they work during the night, during the day. They're really helpful as well. But like little things like the patterns and the swatches and the material swatches, and you need to get approved like from tailors if they can be worked this way. I'm sure like it's same in beauty, like in a different way. But little things matter a lot, because when you start a business, you have to do it for like other people. When you make it for yourself, I don't care if it's like not working out, the stitching's wrong here. But when you're actually selling it and people are like investing in it, you need to like make sure every little thing matters. And this is why and then the marketing is a different, but are we getting into the marketing?
Yeah, we're absolutely getting into the marketing.
For me, I didn't do anything for marketing except for wear my own blazers and
your
post
own
on my Instagram.
Your
word of
own
mouth.
ad, exactly.
Word of mouth. And literally it works so well. Like how we were discussing before, if you're like a content creator, it's that route of being a content creator and then turning into a business, like starting your own business works really well. We've seen global people do it, like ambassadors, like global influencers do it. Why it works, because when people see you wear something, they want it, or like they like it on you.
They relate to it because they're like, okay, this is someone that I follow and I like.
And she's wearing it. And okay, if I'm advertising a brand, that's also cool. But like when I'm wearing my own thing, they trust it more. I feel like, I don't know. That's
for sure.
That's
And
what it
actually,
is.
I want to dive into that. So you obviously have been a content creator for years and then eventually started your own platform. So how do you think that, I mean, you've already answered the question, but how do you think that benefited your
I think
growth,
it's a huge,
your career growth?
Yeah, it's a huge step, like for us, like for people who started this way, because I used to start wearing it, I used to post it, but I wasn't selling it. It wasn't even a brand.
And so if people were to ask you where it's
Where
from.
is it from? We want it. I posted a video of a set in Paris when I was there, like last summer, and people were literally like in my DM saying, I want this set. Where is it from? Where is it from? Where is it?
That's the best way.
I haven't even started selling it, but
did
it
you
is my
respond
brand.
to them and tell them it was your brand?
Yeah,
Amazing.
I got to a point where my friends actually made fun of me. They're like, you need to start ASAP. Like, you're literally
I love it.
teasing people wearing it and not like selling it.
Because that's another thing. Once there's hype, you also need to kind of move quick. Because if the
Exactly.
hype dies, that's another issue.
Exactly.
So timeline is so.
And a lot of people can see the suits and see the blazers and make them their own and be like, oh, we'll start a brand. And they could be faster than you.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to think of that as well. The market is very fast, especially Instagram and like because of social media. So I had to really, really, really like hurry up and start. And honestly, it works because if now I have only the styles that I'm selling at the pop-up are the ones that I wore. So people are like,
Amazing.
okay, I want
They
this
know
one,
it
I
from
want
your
that
page.
one. Yeah, and this is
That's
how you
so good.
styled it.
Yeah.
And then it's just really, really helpful.
And marketing, you guys touched a bit on marketing, but I want to know what your marketing strategies are like. How do you market your products?
Oh my God. It's so hard because now that it's been 5 years, it's changed so much from what I thought was cool in the beginning. So not even cool, but just what actually works. Like in the beginning, we launched in a really big way, actually. Like we were lucky we had a Times Square billboard for the day. So we really...
That's so cool.
Because you guys think about beauty and how like every celebrity you know has a brand. And we were trying to cut through the noise in the US as well.
Yeah, the US is extremely competitive.
So imagine just like anything you do to stand out, like you really need to think like that. But honestly, I now look back, if I had that budget and I was launching something this year or next year, I would approach things so much, like, for example, we did a lot of traditional PR. So like when, you know, you get articles written about you, things like that. Now I think it's all social media. Like even when we speak to our PR, it's like, guys, more influencer marketing, how can we get more people mentioning, even if it is a media publication or outlet, how can we do it on their socials, not necessarily their website? How many people are still reading these websites? Like, I don't know. That's why I think it's so good, for example, you guys are so big on social because that's what it's about. You guys are on TikTok. TikTok is everything. We focus on it a lot.
I personally love TikTok.
I love it.
I love TikTok so much. I think it's so educational.
Yeah.
Anytime I want to know something, I just go on
It's
TikTok.
a search
I want to get
engine.
inspired. It's a search
It's a search
engine.
engine.
Yeah,
100%.
And it's
I
so
love it.
relatable. It's so relatable.
Yeah.
It's more relatable than Instagram. Instagram is very
Exactly.
pretty.
It's
TikTok
yeah,
is
it's
raw.
curated.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
TikTok is very raw.
Exactly.
raw.
Yeah.
So yeah, we focus on TikTok a lot.
It's really
amazing.
And gifting, a lot of gifting.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think with beauty especially, it's very much like try and then you see and you like it. Like it's
Yeah.
very, you know, it's accessible to most people because there's no like, I mean, for you it's amazing because you have a personalized nudes for different every shade, which is amazing for every skin tone.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And then how do you market your blazers? I mean, you said that you do it.
Yeah, I haven't started like doing influencer marketing. It's my friends who wear it, which is really cool. My main thing was to make blazers or make outlooks for PR girls, fashion girls, like the fashion girls who need like a cool blazer to wear on their daily like runs to like parties, press days, you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
So literally my target audience is people, the girls who work in fashion. And not just fashion. I have consultants who bought it. I have a lot of consultant friends in the finance, and they wore my blazers, and I was so proud of them.
It's so cool.
Nice.
They're like
Yeah,
rocking
I
up
love
to
that.
Saudi meetings with their blazers. I love
and
it.
I'm so like they were so excited to wear it, and I'm so please send me a picture while you're on your run in like Riyadh or something. And then I have a few lawyer friends who bought it. So this is not just a fashion blazer, but my first when I started off, it was for the girls because I saw them on a regular.
Right.
And they always like, oh, we need a blazer. We need a blazer. And I'm like, okay, I'm there. I'm here.
I love it.
I'll cater to you.
And how do you source your materials? How do you source your products?
So we researched where top brands get their products made, and we actually just got lucky. So my dad was involved in this business deal on a finance side, but it was a beauty brand that wanted to enter the Middle East from the US. And so he just like really got inside information on like where they got their products made, and it's a top brand, like without naming names. And everyone goes to this one factory in Italy, basically, like literally everyone. Like when you walk around, you see like all the logos that you recognize. So we just
cool.
got to go to the same one, and we had to pitch for them to take us. And it was hard even getting them to respond to our email though. Because imagine,
like,
you're
happens.
like, hey, we're like no one, and we want to start a beauty brand.
And
But I think the story is
based?
everything. It's outside of Milan, 1 hour from Milan.
Wow.
And yeah, everyone kind of gets their stuff made there. So we feel like we're in good hands.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nisa.
So the fabric, my fabric, the one I use is all Italian. And it's really nice. They're the best in business.
I think, it's Italian seems to be very
Italy
popular
seems
in
to
both
be,
We love them.
fashion and beauty.
Tailoring is done here, between here and Turkey, but I think I'm gonna bring everything here because it's easier.
It'll be so much easier.
Yeah, because now it's just my
can
sister's
imagine.
helping me with a lot of it. But I would call it a Dubai brand because I'm doing everything here. It's coming all together here. I did my first pop-up here. So yeah. It's gonna be a Dubai brand for sure.
Very cool. And how do you feel about other female entrepreneurs like in the region? Do you find that they're quite supportive? I know you've been doing it for only a short period of time, but you've been a content creator for so long, and you've been in the business for quite some time. So how do you feel about the female entrepreneurs in the region?
I feel there's so many.
That's a really
here.
good question.
Yeah, that's a really cool question. There's so many. You see them at pop-ups. I think Aleena has more experience in this area, but I have been going to a lot of people's pop-ups and like supporting beauty brands and like a lot of beauty, I would say, in Dubai. And then a lot of my friends own brands. So I think when we come together and do something like this, it's actually more empowering. And they support each other, which is really, really good.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, I do think there's so many supportive females, like Nisa, for example. Like, there's nothing, like, I want your brand to do well the same way you want mine to do well. But I think it'd be cool if there was more integration of different groups to learn about what other people are doing. But that's why these pop-ups are good. And that's why I keep doing it, because even we get to meet people I didn't know. And you know, like an Emirati community I may have not reached, or you know what I mean? So I think exposure helps.
Really, these pop-ups are really, because everyone's coming together. It's like all friends coming together, and it's cool, like
we're like working on our laptops sometimes. We're just like, it's fun. Yeah, like, and that's how I like it to be.
It's so cute. Yeah. It's so, and other pop-ups that I've seen and I've supported my friends, it's so nice because you get to meet different people from different cultures, literally buying different things. And they're so important. I feel pop-ups globally are so important. They're happening. The reason why they're happening and being so popular is because it works.
It works, yeah. We're talking about this. It drives the awareness, but also lets people meet the founders of the brand and connect with you and to understand. Like when we met at your pop-up a while ago, I was like, oh my God, I learned so much about the brand that I want to invest in it because it's so amazing.
And you were saying that you had seen a TikTok video, but you were saying that the story that you now feel after meeting me in person, or like my sisters, is so different from just a video you see when you're scrolling.
100%, because we consume so much, right? Like we're TikTok users, so we consume a lot of content, and so when you go physically to these pop-ups, you're able to connect much more and
you
engage.
Remember something.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to be there. Like, if you have a salesperson there and doing it, it doesn't work. You have to be there to explain.
And that's another part of the business, right? Like being there physically.
Exactly.
Which is a lot, by the way. I think, like, speaking of the realities of all this, I think people don't realize how much energy it takes to do in-person things for your brand.
Yeah, for sure.
Telling the same story to new people 20 times in a row.
Yeah.
But it's really important. So you don't want to ever miss out on doing it, because that's why they fall in love. But imagine it's like then you start again. You're like, hey, this is why it's really exhausting. But at the same time, people don't want to follow a product. They want to follow a person. Like, people are also going to love your blazers because they love you. And that's just like the truth of things. So I think it's so much more when you can connect with the founder. And I think that's why me and my sisters have gone back and forth on, do we make our profiles public? Do we keep it private? Because we know that people care about a personal connection
you
more.
guys.
Yeah.
But how do you avoid burnout in that case?
I know. I think it's really having some friends that are not in the industry. And I'm sure you agree too. Like, and maybe even your siblings that you have, you know?
I agree.
It's like we all know people in the industry, and then we also have those friends that, like, you don't talk about brand stuff, you don't talk about any of this, you literally just like
disconnect,
talk about anything else, and you're like in your sweatpants, just, you know.
But you know, you have those friends and they're so, like, they want to know what's happening in the industry, because I have a few friends, they're architects, and like a few are in the banking field or like consultants, and they're so interested in what's happening in my life. But I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I was talking about it the whole day.
Finance,
how's your world?
Exactly.
But that's cool. That's like how you just need to disconnect, like she said. Like, it's so important.
And what challenges have you guys faced being business entrepreneurs?
So first of all, I'm the challenge, I would say, because I just started. I am the, like, someone needs to push me.
I'm the problem, it's me.
I'm the problem, it's me. I'm not gonna... It's not like all butterflies and rainbows. It's you. You need to be so motivated, and
That's so true, actually.
You need to be so motivated. anything that happens, you're like, oh, why am I doing all this? But you have to like keep going on. Like otherwise you're just gonna sit home and like let everyone do the things that you wanted to do, and you're just gonna watch it and regret it. I would say the first thing, you need to like be motivated every morning and be like, I have to do this. A little tasks work for me. I'm the first challenge. I'm working on that, so hopefully that would work out. The next is in my business, it's the materials, it's the fabric, like getting the resources in, and then working with the tailors, explaining to people what you want is a big challenge.
I'm sure. And
it's a huge challenge.
Back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking logistics here. That's the huge challenge. The other challenge would be the sizing. If we're going deep into that, is a huge thing, because a lot of people want different kinds of like sizes. It's oversized, yes, but then they want big on shoulders or like less shoulder pads or something. So I'm thinking to go into custom, which I've been doing it for my other clients before I started selling out commercially, but now I'm going to go into that, like customize, take measurements and start making.
And do like pre-ordered, let's say.
Custom orders for everyone.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, but that would be more
custom
work.
Would be amazing. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, sign us up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I will.
I love that.
So that's, I mean, yeah, logistically, but I'm sure there are more challenges waiting for me, and I will keep you updated.
I love it.
Okay, so challenges. One actually that comes up a lot is, like you said, when you met us in person, when we say our story, we can get all the feelings across. I think digitally translating your story is really hard. So what you'll feel in person at our pop-up, and especially me and my sisters, we like to like match you ourselves. We like do the whole shade match. It's a really like personal experience. When you go on an Instagram, website, or TikTok, it's really hard to get that same heart and soul across. And that's something that we're constantly working on. It's like, how do you get like a deep in-person story feeling the same way in a post? It's just, I don't know, I find that really hard. And then definitely getting the word out. I think for us, we're like, guys, we have your shade no matter what you look like. We literally have 25 nude shades. But sometimes it's just cutting through the noise. There's so many brands that it is like hard for everyone to find out about yours sometimes. I think that's one. Production timelines. You can't control if your lab is like, hey, sorry, it's going to be 3 months later. We've literally had moments where our shoot is planned, our campaign shoot, for an upcoming product, but then the lab doesn't have the samples for the shoot. So we literally have to do things like manually take it from a sample and put it in the new component just so that something shows, like really like crafty things, honestly.
That's a lot.
And it's just hard because then our PR team's like, guys, like we need 3-month windows. And we're like, it's not our fault. Like, and we've delayed launches. So you have to be really flexible. And I think my biggest advice is if you're working with retailers and PR, whatever your lab tells you, always plus 3 months. Like always pretend it's launching much later, because then you can actually breathe if these things happen. And we learned that the hard way. And then another one is for me, I work with my sisters. So that definitely has its natural challenges. We're super close. So honestly, I think we live together, travel together, and work together. I think we deserve a prize. Like we're doing a really good job.
100%. That's like award-winning.
Even if you love them.
No, exactly. Even if you love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that definitely is a unique experience in itself. I'm the eldest sister, so you know we carry a lot. But I think the boundary between work and siblings, because you're so comfortable with your sisters, like I'm sure you know, you can just be like, why didn't you do that? But you would never say that to a colleague. So we really have to sometimes pause and be like, did you complete the thing?
I could never.
It's like, I hope this finds you well.
Like, please let me know.
I could never do that. And I'm the youngest. I could never.
Oh my God. No, but we've cried it out. Honestly, you have to have really tough conversations.
Are there any milestone moments that you guys can tell us a bit about? Any pinch me moments in your career?
I really think, again, it's back to the story and having the shade range that suits all. So through that one thing that we've been focused on, we've been on Beyonce, which is so cool.
That is major.
It's so crazy. We've been on Beyonce.
Your email handle is now coming to fruition.
I love Beyonce 93.
She's been manifested.
I never linked it to that. That's so funny.
That is major.
Oh my God,
How did that
hilarious.
happen?
So basically, her makeup artist, Sir John, celebrity makeup artist, he was our chief creative officer for a year and a half, which again, like we were really lucky. But even with Sir John, what he loved about CTZN, he was speaking to other brands. It's the story. And he was like, I love that with you guys, it's about how to move the culture forward. Like, what are we going to do for the culture? And he wanted to be a part of something that was more than just like, how do we make a lipstick? And it was never like that for CTZN. Like, we always wanted it to be more. So Sir John put it on Beyonce at the Oscars. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, so crazy.
Huge.
I know, Shade Kuala Lumpur.
Oh my God, I'm getting that next. I'm wearing Los Angeles right now.
Would that look good on me?
It actually would. It actually would.
I'm
And you
gonna
should
try
pair it
it.
with
Yeah.
a liner.
So
But yeah, we've been on a lot of celebrities, which we're lucky, like Megan Fox, Demi Lovato, SZA wore it twice. So that's been
Yay.
really cool. Hilary Duff, this is so cool. She wore it on her wedding day and she DM'd us.
No.
Yeah, and then
I
she was
love
so
Hilary
nice.
Duff.
When we sent her product, she actually did a story because these people get paid so much that I really appreciate if someone does an unpaid
That's insane.
promo.
Absolutely.
And then one thing that I want to shout out that is really special to me is Forbes covered this segment that we created. It's called Culture Tutorial, and we trademarked the word. It's culture meets makeup tutorial. And for me, that's like the biggest deal because it's a new thing that we came up with that no one's doing. And now I kind of see some people doing similar concepts, which I think is fine. Eventually there's so much crossover, but it's in a 1-minute tutorial. Get ready with me while I teach you about my culture. So this is a way that
So
while you're
cool.
doing your makeup, I can talk about Pakistani culture, you can talk about your culture, and we learned something that we didn't know about through a 1-minute fun
so
video.
Cute. That's actually really good.
I love
Because look
that.
at the way the world is right now. The more that there's like less fear of the other, I really think, even though it's a 1-minute video, it makes the biggest difference.
That's so TikTok. I love it.
So
No,
so
it's
cool.
on TikTok as well. So.
I mean, that works perfectly for TikTok, especially because it's such an educational
Exactly.
platform.
Yeah.
I
So
love
true.
that idea.
Thank
That's
you. You should do one,
amazing.
by the way. You should do one on your culture.
Yeah.
'Cause
Like,
I
tell
feel
you
like
about
the
my
more the merrier.
Lebanese, Syrian, Palestinian.
Yeah,
vibes.
exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's
I would
a
love
mix.
that.
That's awesome.
cool.
That's quite a mix.
I would love that.
That's
That's
awesome.
good.
What about you?
Milestone for me. Oh, I can't wait for celebrities to wear my blazers.
100%.
They will,
We're gonna be
girl.
there.
Manifesting.
Cheering you on.
But
Get an email.
I'll share the addresses I have.
Let's do it.
We should send the
Let's
lipsticks
do
and a
it.
blazer and just make a really sick package.
Oh my God, do
Why
it.
not?
I'm
Yeah.
down.
I
I'm
love
down
it.
for this. But content creation, I got to do a lot. I'm so blessed to be part of like this industry. And being in Dubai, it like really like connected me to global PRs and like global, like on the global scale fashion. I went to fashion weeks. I got to witness like a lot of like brands, and that when you go there, it's like a pinch me moment because as a girl who worked as an intern in Grazia, I never thought I would be there.
So cool.
So whenever I travel for fashion weeks and I'm like fashion shows, I mean, for a lot of people, it'd be like, oh, it's just a fashion show. But for me, it's like that little girl's dreams that come true.
Absolutely.
And people, I know fashion's become so like materialistic in a way on Instagram. Like a lot of fashion influencers are seen as like materialistic and like, but when we started blogging and writing about like styles and designers, and we had that, you know, that passion.
Absolutely.
And I still do.
Yeah, and I think fashion is, it's what you make of it, right? Like
Exactly.
fashion is in
Yeah.
everything that we do. Everyone wears clothes.
It's like
everyone wears
yeah.
accessories.
Exactly.
Everyone wears shoes. Everyone wears. So it's what you make of it. And if you have a true passion for it, I mean, why not feel excited about
And
fashion?
So
designs and like the way you like things.
And you have your own fashion brand now, which is
Yeah.
incredible.
Exactly. And you've started at the right time. Like, you're so lucky that you started blogging, like, back in the day,
Yeah,
because it's
like-
so hard, I think, to start now.
Building that following.
Yeah, you're like an OG blogger, which I think is the best.
But so, I mean, going back to that, what advice would you give people that are aspiring to do that and feel like, oh, it's too late, or I feel like, oh, there's so much noise, how can I break through that?
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
an example of the late one, actually. So if you want to give me advice on, because
No, but you're a founder of, you started a brand, so you're going the other route, but that works too, I feel.
It works too, but I love the way you're doing it. Like, when people ask, like, what would you have done differently based on what you've learned, I honestly think if you already have a personal platform and then you start something, I really think that's a killer formula. So, like, I honestly think that's the way to do it. With us, me and my sisters never really wanted to be much of the face. We always wanted to be behind the scenes, and it's all about the community, which it still is, but the reality of it is, it's not fun to follow a brand account. It's not fun to just like keep seeing product videos. People love faces, personalities. So we're almost doing it in reverse, where now we're like, okay, fine, we'll make our profiles public. It's so awkward. Now we're trying to like, you know, I'm trying to do more panels. I'm trying to do more podcasts because I understand that it's so much more interesting to follow a personality. And I know that I like following that more than a product too. So I think just knowing that that's how it works, my sisters have also had to come out of their comfort zones, and they're doing more like talking on camera. It's really hard if that's not your norm.
Absolutely. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people feel that pressure to be front facing or camera facing, and sometimes it's not for them.
Exactly.
But you feel like it's something that is kind of necessary.
I think
in
you
this-
almost have to now, unless you're maybe really high-end couture luxury where the game is a bit different. Maybe, I don't know, for us our approach was always wanting to be a community brand, but I think if you're going the ultra exclusive, it doesn't have to be for each thing, but I think for us and beauty's so personal,
Relatable.
I think
you need to be relatable.
I think for us, we need to be relatable.
I think you should just start doing on yourself. Like, you're
I
pretty
know.
girls.
I only wear a Citizen though,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, it's kind of like how you wear your blazers.
Yeah.
For a nude lip, it'd be so weird to wear another brand. Like, I wouldn't even want to.
No, yeah.
But
and your formula is amazing, and the product.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
they're
We
so
literally only wear our lip products. Like, if it's anything we've created, we only wear it. But I think we're starting to feel more comfortable now with sharing things about our lives,
Yeah.
and I don't know. You
You
just
should start doing makeup yourself and like start telling stories.
Yeah, but was it awkward for you in the beginning? Because it's so hard to build it now, being late in the game.
As a content creator, since I was a child, I was very like fashion-y. Ask my mom, like I would like literally make videos and pretend that people are watching me and start acting.
I love that.
And I was one of those
I love it.
girls, like little girls with bangles and walk and like show guests like, hey, I'm dressed up and stuff. Like I was very like out there. I feel like I've become better. Like I'm more like poised now. Otherwise I'd be like
Become
all
better.
over the
Oh,
place.
no, that's better.
Oh, really? I'm very like, I was so talkative and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Like I started wearing it and it's the other route, like we mentioned before, so it's easier. A lot of girls, they send me, they're like, how do we do it? Like, what do we do? And I would say start, post on TikTok. If you want to do anything in fashion or beauty, just start posting. You can't be shy anymore. It's 2024. Do it. Like, I know it's hard and it's easier said, but just post about your, like, be natural and be honest. I feel like that works so well.
And do you feel like, you know, for at least for our generation, we used, you know, we'd have to go to university and get a degree and then find that corporate job or find a desk job. Do you find that that's the same case now? Do you find that,
It depends what they're looking for. I would say if they
Yeah.
want to do anything with like starting own brand or like fashion or whatever, I think they should just start now. Like get a bachelor's degree, I would say, because it teaches you a lot. Like little things that you need to know in life, of course, but I don't know, masters and doing like extra things like being like masters in entrepreneurship and things like that, unless you're doing like a specific study. Yes, but to start like a business, I think you just learn it like when you start, like
Life.
learn on the job basically.
Right.
Yeah, I think
learn so
the
much.
more secure way to do it is keep your 9 to 5 and start your thing on the side. And when your thing takes off, then leave the 9 to 5. Because I have a lot of friends who kind of regret leaving their job to start a startup because startups, like most of them actually don't succeed. Like it's actually really risky starting a new brand and business. Like when you look at the stats, it's like minority percentage that actually make it. It's like a big deal to even make it, you know what I mean? So I actually think if you have a stable salary and you don't absolutely hate your job, obviously if it's like a mental health thing, I get it, but if you can actually stick it out and stay in that, like get that monthly salary, that's such a great position to be in.
Yeah.
And then once it takes off, then you can leave and it's great and you already like have traction. But I actually think that's a perfect formula. So I think I'm still, for the next generation, I would still say like go to college
For
and
sure, yeah.
apply to jobs. Also get experience from jobs. It is really helpful to get that experience at least with like one internship or job, because
Yeah, for sure.
even things like how to write an email professionally, like these are things you
Yeah.
actually have to learn.
Absolutely.
I've seen people like not even doing like an uppercase to start a sentence or little things like that where I'm like, it
Grammar.
looks really bad. Like you can't just like do it how you're typing to a friend. Like genuinely, you know?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, these are the basics.
Yeah,
but
you have to
they
learn
matter.
these
They need
things,
to know
yeah.
this. Like for me, I had to work to understand you have to get up in the morning. Otherwise, you have no routine. You're like, oh, I can manage myself. No, as a person, I need someone to tell me you have to do this. You have to get up in the morning, get your tasks done.
Yeah.
Like you need
I
to
also
have
love
that.
talking about that because I'm glad you brought it up, because we also can easily feel shitty about ourselves if we're not type A personalities. So all those articles you read of like the top CEOs, they all wake up at 5 a.m. I sometimes think that can be really triggering too, because you're doing so many things. You launched your brand, but even if it's with someone that has more of like a known to be lazy persona, which you're calling yourself, I'm not calling you lazy, but it's
I'm
like,
lazy.
but why can't that be like not the laziness, but like we can also
Laid back.
get work done at night. Like, you know what I mean? What if we are night owls, and what if it's the same amount of hours, but yeah, maybe you do it literally, let's say at 5 p.m., but you sleep at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
versus 6 a.m. to whatever. And I just think it's cool to hear different stories too,
Yeah.
because even I sometimes feel shitty, because sometimes I also like, I don't have that like 6 a.m. routine, and I don't have that perfect morning ritual. I would love to, like I think it's cool,
Me
and I
too.
aspire to.
I would love to.
Yeah, but it's also like we're still getting the shit done.
Yeah,
and
no, for sure.
I don't know, maybe it just looks a bit different and it's fine.
The one thing that's good about ADHD is it makes you want to finish your tasks because you have like, oh my God, I have to do that. It gives you anxiety. So
Right.
you work twice as like a non-ADHD person.
But how do you cope with that? I feel like
I'm
that
really
can be
good. I work at
overwhelming.
night. I finish all my tasks at night. I'm a night owl.
I'm a night owl too.
I am not a morning person, but I do, if I don't wake up at 8 or 9, I'm not okay. Like I have to wake up at 8. When I say morning person, I'm not a 5 a.m. runner.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone, you don't need to be, right? To
I'm
run
not,
a
yeah.
successful
But you
business.
feel like you need to be sometimes.
Sometimes
when you
pressure
hear,
of the
like,
society makes you
yeah,
feel-
yeah,
yeah.
you feel like it. You really do.
And how do you guys keep up with, your own personal self-care with running a business? Because I'm sure, like you said, you have ADHD and you work with your sisters and it's very fast-paced. How do you manage your own self-care? What do you do to give yourself self-care?
Yeah, that's a lot of work, I would say. It's so hectic, I would say. It's so hard to manage like fashion event, work. Last week I realized it's a lot of work and you don't have time to actually do your hair. I need time
You're
to
known
do my
for your hair.
You're known for your
Your
hair.
hair's
so
iconic.
you're good. Yeah.
24/7.
You don't need
So
to do your
if you
hair.
don't know how to do your hair, that's gonna be tough.
I didn't do my hair today and I feel like I should have
It's
done
beautiful.
a blow dry. And they're like, no, you don't have time. You're just juggling things.
Do you ever like dedicate a day, or do you give yourself?
Sundays, yes.
Sundays are your self-care
mani-pedi
days.
days, blow dry for the week. You're ready.
Dubai makes it easy too, because like home
Exactly.
service.
We're
and,
so blessed here.
Yeah. But it is true. Like I think honestly, up until last year, I would say I had like a really imbalanced life. Like I was like on this rut and cycle of like wake up, stress about what I have to respond to, night Zoom calls with the US, and then I'm just tired. I don't want to go out. I don't feel like going on dates. I don't want to put my makeup on. So then I would just like watch Netflix and like order something, and then literally the cycle would repeat.
Yeah.
Last year, I like pushed myself because I actually hit this low point and it was like a lot of stress. I pushed myself to get out of it because that's not my personality. Like I'm fun loving. I love trying new things. I miss traveling for fun, not traveling for work. Even though it's cool cities, if it's work, it's not the same. I think people don't realize
It's
a work
not.
trip is a work trip.
Oh my God, I know.
Even if you have friends there, Yeah, exactly. So last year I did something really fun. I worked in Paris for a month. So for the month of August, I went on my own, got my own apartment in
my
like
God,
the
I love
Marais,
that. I
and-
remember that. We
Yeah,
were
oh
supposed
my
to
God,
meet
we're
up.
supposed to meet up. So I just feel like that made me fall in love with life again, as cheesy as it sounds, and you need to. And I was still working remotely. I think the cool thing when you have your own thing is let's take advantage of the fact that we can work from anywhere. And obviously it has to be a city that makes sense for your brand, so that's why I'm not always in Paris. But it was just so cool. I met new people. I literally made new friends. It was just fun.
It's like a nice change of
You
scenery.
need to have fun again, yeah. So my thing is do something without who you work with, like whether it's your sisters, your co-founder. I think with me and my sisters, it's good because we have some friends that overlap and some that are separate. So I have my own friendships. Like I just went to Hawaii on a girls' trip with college friends.
Nice.
And I think do your own activities. Like one of my sisters does Barry's boot camp. That's her thing. My thing is more like going to a coffee shop and journaling. I'll do it on my own. You really need your own thing.
You do.
And you need a lot of me time. I love time by myself. Like
Yeah.
I love it.
I
I'm the
don't need
same.
to be with people all day. Like I'm the kind of person that like I actually can't be with someone from day to night. I need like those bits in the middle that I'm
Fair, because you
Just
have so
like-
much going on. You
Yeah.
kind of want to just like take a step back.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's so
I love it.
important.
That makes sense.
It's like an energy cleanse. It's so important. I
Yeah,
love
it's like
it.
I don't want
Yeah.
to talk. I don't want to
Yeah.
make an effort. Yeah.
I believe like if you're not having fun, just stop it. Like just don't do it. Move
love
on to
that.
another thing.
Amazing. That's so
I know
good.
it's so bad. Some people would take it
No,
really
I
wrong.
think that's good.
But
because
it's
you
your
have your own
values.
boundaries.
Yeah.
You're like, you know
Otherwise,
what?
why would
It's
you
not what I
start it?
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
If I didn't believe in it, like if it's fun, like now when people wear my blazers, they're coming and they're trying. They're like, wow, I feel so good. That makes me so happy.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
The reaction is
Their
like,
reaction, I'm
so
sure you
cool.
know it.
Yeah.
The reaction is just insane, and they I can tell they're not faking it. When you
can tell.
It's genuine,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
you can tell. It's so
Yeah.
good.
And what role do you think mentorship plays in running a business?
I think it's everything because don't be afraid to ask for help. It's like we're young, we're doing this. There's also people you look at, you're like, she's killing it. I want to be like that, and that's the kind of life I aspire to have. It just makes it more fun and attainable when you have someone you can actually ask like the scary questions to, the embarrassing questions. Like even just the other day, lately I've been craving having a mentor because when I was younger I used to have it more and I would seek it more. But I actually saw someone speak at a panel, and Dubai is such a small world, like through association you'll find their number. Like you'll just get their number. So I got his WhatsApp and I was just like, hey, like I heard you speak and I feel like we've actually met before, you've heard about my brand, but I would love to have coffee with you. And he was so friendly. So I would just say, don't be afraid. It's actually a compliment. Like if someone did that to me, I would be so honored to help them.
Yeah.
So if you are nervous of reaching out, I actually think the other person takes that as a compliment, but don't make it hard for them. So make it like a quarterly Zoom call or like a quick coffee chat in their neighborhood. Like I think if you're making it convenient for the person, I think it's super important, and it's helped me before too. So I love it.
So I have a few mentors. I'm not going to name them, but they're amazing. And it's a quick coffee. Like you just ask them and be like, oh, I've started this. And they literally guide you to, it's not like a sit down where they explain everything. No, it's just like a quick chat. And that's all you need. And
like they're busy. Yeah.
Exactly. Anyone that inspires you. It could be at your work. It could be a friend who did a business and you're really impressed by them. It could be an influencer. It could be anyone. You could be just like, oh, I have a question. Can you help me out through? And it's not embarrassing. A lot of people are so shy to ask. I feel like I would just do it.
Yeah.
I would literally
get out there and give it a
I would do it,
and
it's a compliment. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what I've done. I have 2 women who I really am really look up to, and I had a coffee chat with them.
Amazing. And you just went ahead and asked them.
So I know that I work with them. So I just had to ask them, and they're really supportive, and they're really they know corporate, they know the difference, how to start a business or whatever. So it was really helpful.
Yeah, because I'm sure, starting a business in any city, but thinking about Dubai, are there a lot of rules and regulations and paperwork and things you have to take into account? I'm sure.
I just started, so I'm not.
Registration is a nightmare, and I can't even speak on it because my sister Elise, shout out to her. She's been the registration queen, so she can tell you all about it. But yeah, no, it's definitely a long process. There's so much paperwork, so many forms you have to fill, and then delays and different trade licenses. So yeah, it's all the things. But I think when you start a business, you have to think about all these things. It's not just the cool stuff. It really is getting your trade license, getting the name trademarked. Does a name exist? By the way, it's so hard finding good URL names now. Every name is taken.
I can imagine. I also just recently tried to get a URL. I'm like, oh, this is really
URL. So you have yours?
We have ours, but it's when people come up with an idea and a cool name, it's I see a lot of people get carried away before even finding out if legally you can own the trademark. So it's don't do all that work and then find out that you have to add shop blah 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 or blah 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 official, which is totally fine, but it's more look at it before you start saying that that's your brand name, because the legal side is really important too.
That's fair. That's a really good advice, because I feel that's so true. People get caught up with finding a name. It takes them so long to get a name, and then they finally feel excited about a name, and then they realize
make sure it's available.
Legally available.
Seriously,
okay. And what's ahead for CTZN Cosmetics and Nisa? What's ahead for you guys and your brands?
I just got started. We're
already looking at
the options are endless. I feel it's exciting.
I'm so excited. I got great feedback so far, and I want to venture out in different things. I want to go. It's still gonna be the unique blazers, big padded blazers, a very feminine contemporary look. But I want to venture out in other materials, prints and stuff. So yeah, let's see.
Love that.
Yeah, stay tuned.
I tried on the white one when you weren't there, so I had the pop-up, and I love it.
Okay.
For us, we actually have a big update that's coming out next year. So it's kind of a stay tuned. It's something that I think our community won't expect. But something that I can share is we are working on a new product, and it's the first time it's something to do with complexion. And it's going to be multi-purpose, not just a one functionality, but I'm really, really excited about that. And the Beauty Meets Culture panels, I really want to make it a monthly recurring segment, and it's something I'm so passionate about. It's how your culture and identity shapes your beauty ideals and the way you perceive beauty. And I just think it'd be so cool to even have male panelists on. We never talk about their relationship with beauty insecurities, physical appearance, and different guests with different cultures every single time. It's so different for each person based on what your upbringing was based on what your your ethnicity was It really plays such a part.
And you're in the right city.
We have every culture in the world here, so Dubai is perfect for it, I think.
It is. Honestly, you're at the right spot.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
All right, ladies, we are going to go into your fashion and beauty tips.
Comfort is key. I will say that 1 billion times. If you're not comfortable, you will never look good. And I have tried it on myself. Wore the most uncomfortable thing, looked really bad. I couldn't carry myself off. When you're comfortable, you carry yourself in a certain way. It looks so good.
So true.
So if you're not comfortable, ditch the thing, ditch the dress, ditch the shoes, don't wear them. Comfort is key.
Fair. Love that.
Totally. I think for me, it's matching comfort with femininity. I think before, everything was oversized and sneakers, and I just feel it's been so much more fun having more of a balance. And so it's like, if I'm wearing like this oversized denim thing, it'll be with like a V-neck top underneath with flats. And it's just like, it's fun to embrace your femininity, and I've had my own journey with it. And I don't know, that's why I'm probably just like excited about it, because I feel like I used to think femininity had to be so girly, but I think it's fun to have like a top that's a little like sexier with like a big jacket. And I think that
Mixing
contrast I love so much. I think knowing your body is really important.
Yep.
You don't have to just wear something just because it's a trend, but like what suits you, what fabrics suit you, like what makes you sweat, like what makes you, you know, what enhances your features. I think making things as personalized as possible, and it doesn't have to be what your friends like. It doesn't have to be what, you know, everyone's wearing.
That's my overall advice for beauty and fashion. Do not go with just because everyone's talking about it. If it doesn't work for you, for your body,
don't force it.
Don't.
So
I'm
true.
not a trendy girl anyway. I go with what I try, but if it doesn't work for me, I just I can't do it.
So true. And I just think you cannot go wrong with black. And even for guys,
classic.
I'm like, guys, just wear a black t-shirt and black trousers.
I know.
Please,
I
like,
agree with you.
Don't do
not-
too much.
Dressing as a man is the easiest thing on the planet.
Just wear
I
all
know.
black.
I find
Literally.
it so easy for guys. I'm like, you just have to wear a t-shirt and
They look great
and
in all
pants,
black.
and you look amazing.
Exactly.
And then it's done.
100%.
Although I do appreciate guys that, you know, experiment.
Yeah, I like when
and
a guy will
try.
wear like a
I
light
love
pink.
that
Like
for
it's like,
them.
oh, that's cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
cute.
it's easier for them. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, denim
I-
and black. Denim as well. I just think you can't go wrong.
So true. And I think, like you said, like dressing for your body type, dressing
So
comfortably, you start to just embody confidence in that way, because you're like, okay,
So
I feel
true.
like it's just who I am and I feel comfortable in it.
And people can feel your insecurity. Like the worst is like being at a party where you feel like something's fitted and you're like putting your hands. It's like it's felt by other people. So don't even put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
Just wear what you're comfortable in. And your night is funner when you're comfortable.
So true, but sometimes
Literally.
heels are not comfortable.
That's why I'm happy
why I
that
ditched
sneakers
them.
are more
Ditch them.
normalized.
Ditch
Thick
them.
heels are.
So true.
When it's a thicker heel, not a stiletto, by the way.
I saw something on TikTok recently. Do you guys know Tamara Melon from Jimmy Choo?
Yeah.
I have seen, her name.
She has a line that's called Pillow Top, and it's these like memory foam shoes. So like the heels have memory foam at the bottom where
That's
your
so
feet
cool.
go. And it looks insane, and everyone's saying how comfortable they are. I just ordered a pair
I
to
need
get
to
last
try
night. I'm
it.
so excited to try it.
I love that.
I
need to
know.
try
I'll
it.
let you guys know how it is, because if that is really comfortable, that's a game changer.
That's amazing.
That's a huge
There
game changer.
are very comfortable heels in the market.
What are your favorites?
I have a pair from Aleena Khan. Honestly,
yeah.
I know a
Are
lot
they
of
actually
people,
comfortable?
that pair, I can dance for hours.
Are they
Yeah.
pointed toe or open toe?
They're covered. They're like
Okay, pointed.
pointed.
covered.
They're very like blingy. I
Okay,
bought them
nice.
like 4 years ago.
And they're so comfortable.
I wear it everywhere.
Oh my god, amazing.
And then there's another pair I wear from Jimmy Choo. Very old. That
So
one's
maybe
very
Tamara
comfortable.
Melon made those because she used to work at Jimmy Choo. So
Oh,
maybe it's her.
probably. So a few pairs that I wear them every day.
Have you guys heard of like the numbing spray?
No.
Okay. I'm like, what?
So there's this numbing spray. I forget the name. It's AS something. You buy it off Amazon, and it's meant to for numbing your like sore muscles. And so I saw this girl on TikTok use it for her feet.
Yeah.
And so sometimes before I go
TikTok.
out for long periods of
That's
time, TikTok,
Insane.
for like weddings, I'll spray my feet with this numbing spray, like really drench my feet in the numbing spray, let it dry, and then wear my
That's
heels.
amazing.
And
Does it actually work?
It actually
That's
works.
so cool.
Although for some of my friends that tried it, they're like, it works, but then it wore off for them. But I like drench my feet in it. And it actually works.
It's like dripping.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna
Try it next time.
I would try too.
But ideally, we just go for heels that
Yeah.
are comfortable. Any beauty tips?
Yes.
You go first. The beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty girl.
The beauty girl.
Beauty, oh my gosh. I think that, again, it's knowing what suits you for sure. I just think I'm not very into like obsessively following trends. It's like even in like the lip color that suits you, even in like the eyeshadow trend that suits, not everyone suits, for example, heavy glam smoky eyes. Some people actually suit no makeup. And I just think it's like really owning with confidence and
100%.
accentuating the features you have. If you have big brows, own it, like, you know what I mean? But if you also have naturally thin brows and that suits your face shape, you don't have to randomly grow your brows. I think like we all feel like we have to do whatever's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was like thin brows are in, thick brows are in. It's like, no, it's what suits your
Love
face.
your eyebrows.
Actually.
No, exactly. I love having fun with lip liner. I think it really can make your lips bigger without getting filler. It's long lasting. Sometimes it's more long lasting than a lipstick. So I'm like also obsessed with like my whole lip being in a lip liner sometimes.
Yeah, I love that.
Also because our liners are waterproof and I'm a big coffee drinker. So I just think it seals the deal. Like it seals the lip.
It's non-transferable.
Yeah. And
good.
I'm also into beauty like in terms of for like body as well. Like Dina just launched Denaya Hair. So it's like the first time I'm like really kind of religious with like a body oil routine. And that goes back to self-care as a founder. It's just like things that just make you like feel good, that spark joy. That's been really fun. That's been a new thing in my routine.
Yeah. Beauty, okay, for me, I don't do the whole like 9-step skincare. I do moisturizer, sunscreen, and a night cream because I have hollow eyes. Yeah, so I'm very simple, makeup simple. I don't do a lot. I use a tinted moisture, like a tinted sunscreen in the morning, but at night I do put makeup, but not a lot. A lot of my friends make fun of me. They're like, you don't put a makeup a lot.
You don't need it. You're stunning.
No, but it just washes away very quickly. I'm very simple. I don't do a lot of like trendy beauty things, but I stay to the ones that work for me. Lips, yes, I use her lip liner. It's really cute because it's good for my skin color. Simple eyebrows. I keep them very natural. I've never done anything from dirt, like. What are those things called? Microblading, all those. I've never tried any of that. Yeah. I've never done eyelashes. So yeah, I'm very
You're so lucky that you're so lucky you haven't done eyelashes because I've done eyelashes so much.
They make a huge difference
and
though
I
on
love
girls.
it when I have my lashes
I know.
on. I don't currently have my lashes on, but like when I do false lashes.
They still look so long.
I know.
Genuinely.
It's good
So
mascara.
It's good mascara.
But I love it. And so you have beautiful lashes, so you definitely don't need extra lashes. But once you start with doing lashes, you just can't stop.
They look like you are just prettier. Like I'm sorry.
Wake up. You just wake
so
up.
Nice.
Exactly.
You don't need anything.
But
no,
like,
you don't need it.
But if you do get like natural, this is with mascara. But if you get false lashes, you just wake up.
I agree.
With like,
I should try
it.
it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll fall into the
start because then you have to continue.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But also, guys, find things for your skin tone. The amount of times just because I'm not going to say the name, but one lipstick that's really popular on like brown girls or darker skinned girls, it literally looks pale. Don't just get it because it's popular.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Skin tone really, we have natural lip tones. Like my lip is more purple, more brown. Like it's not gonna, our eyelids are different pigments. Don't just like copy. It's all about your skin tone in my mind.
Yeah, it's so true because my friends and I, when we talk about this as lipstick shade, especially, it looks so different on me versus my friends.
Always.
It's a different story on everyone's
We have different different lips, lip colors naturally.
Exactly.
And lastly, I want to know what is in your bag.
Okay, I've always wanted to be asked.
Go for it.
First of all, let's start with the bag. I love supporting my friends. So like I literally like as much as I can wear my friend's stuff. Nisa, I only didn't wear your blazer because you were gonna wear it. And I was like, it'd be so funny if we were like twinning. But this is my friend Lillian Afshar. Her brand's called Lafshar, and I'm obsessed with everything.
I love her brand.
And in here is my other friend. This is Philo Eyewear. My friend Ali. I'm obsessed with like all their sunglasses. I have a beauty blender because you never know when you're just gonna need to dab, honestly. I have a Citizen lip tint, obviously. I have our lip stroke liner, and I have a card holder because it literally just carries every single thing that I need. And my identity is in here, so this better not get taken. But yeah.
I love it.
My turn. I don't have a lot. I have my phones.
Phones plural?
Got 2 phones.
2 phones.
Sorry.
You have 2 phones?
Yeah.
You're so important.
And I've got lots of lip glosses and lipsticks. I've got Simi Haze, their new launch lipstick. I've got Hermes lip balms, lip glosses, lip balms. Yeah, I'm like, what else?
I'm the same. I have so many lip products in every one of my bags.
Yeah, I have
you can never have too many lip products.
I'm like,
honestly.
here's 10 lip liners and here's a lipstick here, and they're dispersed all over. Every time I'm getting ready to go out, I have to like look into my bags to see which lip products I've put in my bag and then just left there.
So every bag has like 4.
Yeah,
same. No, literally. Just keep it in there because you're always gonna need it.
You never know. You need like 10 different shades in one day, and you never know.
You probably have a stash everywhere.
Oh, I have a stash everywhere. Like literally every bag, every work bag, every gym bag.
All kinds of shades.
Seriously. And another thing that's so needed is roller size fragrances.
Oh yeah.
Because ever since I started with the Glossier you always smell good, but not every fragrance has a small size.
Yeah, so true.
We all need like rollers for our bags.
I have it in my car.
Yeah.
It's so
at the
good.
valet, like quickly, and then just get out.
Yeah.
And then people go, oh, you smell so good.
Because you don't want to carry this
because
big
you
perfume.
just sprayed it.
Amazing. That's
No,
a good
every
tip.
fragrance brand should create a rollover.
I always do that.
Yeah.
It's like fresh right out.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. It's
Thank
been amazing
you.
getting to know your stories and learning so much about you guys.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for
I loved all the questions you asked, and it was so fun doing it with
I
you.
know, it's so
Yeah,
much
I love it. It's
fun.
like a
Look
it's
at
like a couch.
women.
It's just like a
Yeah.
couch situation.
Living
I
room
love it.
talk. I love it.
I love it. It was so fun.
Thank you so much for watching the She Likes Middle East podcast. Please comment, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Bye.